I sold everything.
Everything?
All of it. Yeah.
Can I ask how much you sold it for?
It's $437,650.25.
What'd you do with it all?
Hi. You could take a look at something for me?
Yeah, sure.
So I am looking to get rid of this game right here.
Okay.
Originally released in 2004 along with Fire Red, Leaf Green was the fourth entry in the Pokemon game series released just 2 years after Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire. It was a Game Boy Advance remake of the first generation games of Pokemon Blue and Red. The series follows the protagonist Pokemon trainer as he makes his way through the Kanto region acquiring all 8 badges and facing off against the Elite Four in the dreaded Pokemon League. The first printing of these games were the first to include Nintendo's new wireless adapters where players could trade, battle Pokemon, and each other without the use of a link cable, as right around this time, technology was coming into the wireless age. Overall, Pokemon Leaf Green saw 3 print cycles, the first printing that included the wireless adapter, the second without the wireless adapter, and ultimately the third and final print released as a Player's Choice title. Pokemon Leaf Green, along with Fire Red, went on to sell roughly 12 million copies worldwide throughout the entirety of their print cycles. These games are roughly 20 years old now and are considered among the best Pokemon games ever released. To come across these today, still in sealed condition, is quite difficult, and even more so when they're in good condition and first print copies.
So I came in today because my ex-boyfriend, we recently broke up, and he just left this game at my place, and I don't really play video games. I have no use for this game. I'm just kind of, I guess, looking to see exactly how much I could get for it. I don't know a ton about. I do know from, I spent years with this guy, so he told me how much these can be worth. But he's not coming back for it. I have no use for it, so I figured why not go and see how much it could potentially be worth. Maybe looking between like $1,500, $1,800 range. Just looking at it now, could you sort of tell a range maybe, or was that something that you would have to really look close for?
And let me see if I can spot any imperfections that I can see with the box. And I'm going to also be examining the seal simultaneously. I could tell you that the seal looks really, really good.
Okay, good.
It's like actually really nice and firm.
Yeah.
I am noticing a few imperfections with the box. It's not in the best condition, if I'm being quite honest. I think it should be anywhere between like an 8.0 and a 9.2. At least that's what I'm hoping for. She's asking for a little bit of money, a little bit more than it's worth, I think. But if I can get this for the right amount of money, I think it would be definitely worth it. Pokemon stuff is always popular. I can move it really quickly, but I have to be really careful about what I get this at because the market is very inconsistent at the moment and auctions are kind of on the lower end right now. So I'm hopeful we can make a deal. I really want to see if we can both kind of come out of this as winners. So I'm going to do my best to give her the best offer that I can, and hopefully we can both kind of settle on something. And I'm sorry, how much did you say that you were looking for?
Maybe between like the $1,500, $1,800 range. I don't know if you know if that's. I just don't know like if I should get it graded because it sounds like it's kind of a gamble.
So yes, so anywhere between, like, I would say if everything went right and this came back as a 9.2,
yeah.
I could definitely see you possibly getting in the $1,500 range.
Getting this kind of money would be a game changer for me. Obviously rent's at an all-time high, but also I could just use it to, treat myself.
But at the same time, on the other hand, if it came back a 7.5 or an 8.0, I would say that you would be substantially less than that value. So I could present you 2 options.
Yeah.
I could either make a cash offer for you right now as it sits, or we could send it out to get graded for you and then give you a call back when it comes back and then see where your grade is at, and then depending on what that grade is, determine the value of your item. The cash value for it today,
yeah.
I could give you right around $700.
I think I'd want to get it graded. Yeah, I just want to like know for sure. I know that that's kind of a gamble, but I'd want to get it graded. Let's do it.
Okay, so then what we're gonna do is we're gonna have you fill out a form, get all your information out, and then we'll call you back in 2 to 3 weeks when we get it back.
Okay.
Yep.
Easy peasy.
Sounds good. So the reason that I offered her the grading option was because for the value that she wants, I think it's her best bet. Depending on what the grade is, I think she should be able to get somewhere close to the range of what she wants, but it's going to require getting it sent out to WADA, waiting a couple of weeks and seeing what it comes back at. Once we have that certifiable grade and it's encased and it's protected, then we can go ahead and turn it over to auction houses and we can reference different pricing points throughout recent history and recent auction and recent sales. And then we can better determine the value for her. And I think that once we do that, she's gonna see that it's a lot closer to what I can offer her today. So hopefully it comes back at a really high grade and like I said, we can come to an agreement and make a deal and everyone can go, I'm happy. Hey Kira, it's Isaac at Rinsler. I just want to let you know that we got your your graded game back, and I want to see if you had some time this afternoon to come by and take a look at the grade together and see what you got. Yep. All right, I'll see you then. Sounds good. Bye. We got your game in. Thank you for coming in. You ready to take a look at it? See what you got?
I'm ready.
So we sent it out to get graded to WADA. We got the grade back, and then I went ahead and I called you. I think last time around I offered you right around 700, and I would actually like to bump up that offer just slightly more before we figure out what the grade is and everything like that. And of course, like we'll get to that point. But if today out the door, before we even know what the grade is, I'd like to take another stab in the dark, and I'd like to offer you $900 for your game today. And that's you getting to walk away without even knowing whether the grade is more or less. You get to walk out of here with cash and you assume no risk, and it can go either way with grading. So if that's okay with you, we can go ahead and get you paid $900 today, right now.
I still want to see. I want to see it graded.
Right. Okay. All right. Yeah. Let's get to it then. All right. Kira, so your grade came back a 9.2 A+. A 9.2 A+ Pokemon Leaf Green in this grade with this seal rating. There is a population currently of less than 25 that exist. So with this grade, there are 13 games in better condition than this one that exists right now in their database, which puts your game in a very rare category. 9.2 A+ Leaf Green first printings like these have gone to auction between $1,700 and $2,000, which is right around where you would be with this particular grade.
All right.
Between $1,700 and $2,000. That being said, what would you take for this game today?
Could you do 2,000?
No. I can't do 2,000 because if I were to buy this game, I'm not buying it for my personal collection. I would be buying this to resell it to one of my clients. And if I do that, I have to pay an intermediary between 15 and 20% off of that base. So at the most I could offer you for a game like this, I mean, would you be willing to take $1,100 today? Right.
Could we do 1,300?
It's stretching it a bit because I still have to make something off of it if I'm reselling it. I hope you understand.
No, I get that.
I don't see a whole lot in there for me at 1,300. If you could do 1,250, honestly, that's probably like the best that I could come up to.
Deal.
1,250?
All right.
All right. So let's go ahead and sign the sales contract, and then we'll get you paid out. We'll get to go.
Great.
Yeah. All right.
I really had no idea what to expect going into this. You know, I was kind of at one point thinking 700, but the outcome was way better than I expected. Getting to walk away with, 1,250, I mean, that is my rent. So I am getting to walk out this store with 1,250 more than I walked in with. Next time I see an old game just at, your random store, like I'm thinking twice.
All right, so really excited that I got the game for around 1,250. That should leave a little bit of room for me, but beside the pricing, a 9.2 A+ first print is really hard to come by. There's not a lot of these out there, and there's a very viable market for this stuff right now. So I'm really excited not just to add it temporarily to my collection, but I'm also gonna be offering it to a bunch of clients that I know that would be really excited to get their hands on this game. So day well done.